What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And Bitcoin is absolutely dumping right now, which is not too much of a surprise. If you guys watched the live stream last night, we were looking at a very key level on the chart, and we knew if we broke below that level, we had a lot of liquidity down below. And we know when you go down to stop out those longs, we are going to get that aggressive drop to the downside. And on top of that, we had a low volume gap underneath us. When I say Bitcoin is dangling on the edge, guys, I mean it, and I say it for a reason based off the technicals. So I'm going to cover all the short trades and even some of the knife catches that I've been trying to take today. I'll talk about my trading plan and what I'm expecting next here on Bitcoin. So buckle up, Mafia. It's going to be a good one. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Let's get into it. So guys, here we are on the Bitcoin chart. And as you guys know, over the past couple of days and weeks, we have been looking for a continuation of the bigger trend to the downside based off of some very, very strong signals on Market Cypher B. And those signals were the daily money flow crossing over into the red. This happened all the way back here on February 9th, where we were clinging to this point of control. This is what gave me the bias, although I was looking for some longs in here as well. We did know that the higher probability scenario would be to see the continuation of this trend based off the money flow. The money flow always indicates the overall trend, and as you can see from this, it is very, very rarely wrong. And on top of that, we've also had things like the 2-day money flow coming out, as well as some other local bearish signs where we were able to catch some really, really nice short entries in the premium Discord, all the way up from $102,000. I am still holding this. This trade is now up about $7,000 between my realized and unrealized profit. We did not have a reason to close this trade, so we simply kept it open, and it wound up paying us out in a very, very big way. Not too bad for staring at some lines on a chart and clicking a buy and sell button. Now you guys will actually see here, I'm in a little bit of a knife catch long that I just took as we came down to some key levels that we've been looking at on the live stream, up about $870 on the day. So not too shabby. Now I'm also holding a short here from the premium at about $98,447, where this wound up playing out in a very big way as well. And you know, when that money flow is coming out and we know that the likelihood of a continuation down is very high, you know you're going to be better off searching for the bigger short positions on the pushes up rather than looking for the giga longs on the move down, even though we do catch those long positions as well. But guys, as we look at the charts here, this should not be too much of a shocker if you subscribe to this channel. We have been looking at this situation and scenario playing out many, many times over the past couple of weeks. Based off those bearish signals, guys, we knew that when it comes down to the strong horizontal support, there really was not anything if we lost this value area low. There was no real support until we got down to this daily here at 87,347. And sure enough, we wind up seeing the breakdown of the range. We shoot right down to that level. And we actually did catch a scalp long off this as well yesterday. I did get stopped out in profit, obviously, but then those shorts just continued to pay us out into the actual significant next key level of support, which again, if you watch the channel, you will know sits down here at our golden pocket anchored VWAP. And not only that, guys, I want to talk about this in the video because when we were looking down at this level here at about $85,252, not only did we know this was our overall range low of that long-term consolidation, but we also knew that we had a lot of liquidity sitting here. It's kind of hard to see, but I do have this marked out on the chart with this white box. Last night, we were looking at the fact that if we broke this level and we know all that liquidity is sitting down here from those longs that were aggressively entering in on this big move to the upside, they're going to leave that liquidity down below. And once we break that level, we expect those longs to start getting wrecked. And if that happens, we expect that aggressive drop to the downside. And that is also accompanied by this low volume gap that we knew that we had here. Bitcoin was dancing on the edge of that cliff yesterday. And then we knew once we lost this level, those liquidations would likely get taken, giving us that big drop to the downside where we had those next key levels of support, which again was that golden pocket and anchored VWAP. We also have a daily naked point of control here, which we actually did just front run slightly. So there you go, guys. We simply read Market Cypher's money flow to give us the idea of where that overall continuation of the trend will be. For that reason, we hold the short positions. They continue to pay us out here, and we are just going to simply wait for price to come down to that next key level of support. And now we are sitting right there, getting a little bit of a bounce, which again, I did take a little knife catch long on. So now the question becomes, guys, how low can we go, Frankie? Oh my God, is the bear market here? And drop it in the comments, guys, if you watched the live stream last night. We knew that if we dropped into those liquidations, we would see the big drop based off the technicals, but there is likely going to be a lot of fear in the market. People are going to be freaking out. Oh my God, why is this drop happening? But if you watch the live streams, the Mafia, you guys will know why this drop actually happened. And hopefully that gives you some peace of mind. When you see that quick drop down, you're thinking to yourself, well, hey, we have those liquidations sitting in this box. So as soon as we lose that box, we're going to be looking for that quick drop to the downside. We break this box, quick drop down, right? We consolidate a little bit, and then we get that next flush through that liquidity coming down to stop out all those longs. And then when you look at that volume gap, you can just say, well, hey, we fell off the edge of the cliff and we're falling into that low volume gap. So now we expect that bounce from that key level of support where we have our blue box here. We came down, we flushed some of that liquidity, and now we are getting that little bounce to the upside. So the question is, what is coming next here for Bitcoin? Now, at the end of the day, guys, I do have to remain slightly bearish. You guys know I've been talking about this scenario dropping down to the golden pocket forever, and I hate bringing this stuff up on the live stream because I know nobody wants price to go down, but when we see this information on the charts, we could take our emotions out of the game and just anticipate the higher probability outcome. And if you could do that and you trade like the Mafia, you can actually make money on those moves down. We're not afraid of bear markets here in the Mafia, guys. We cash out whether price goes up or down. So I do want to talk about this a little bit. I will say, guys, the confirmations down here in the premium Discord, we have been looking for long positions down here based off some specific confirmations. We did see some of those confirmations. I would still classify it as a little bit of a risky long position, the one that I just showed, but we did get some of the confirmations. We are getting a little bit of the bounce, but I will say, guys, after big drops like this, I would like to see some kind of consolidation. It would be really nice in the super bullish case here, guys. We might want to get above this SFP level at 85.2. That's the overall range low. Now, this is going to be a higher time frame swing failure if we do wind up getting it, guys. It is going to be something like a daily swing failure pattern. If we swing fail that range low here at 85.2, maybe that would be somewhat of a bullish case, but based off especially the 2-day money flow, guys, we have to understand that the likelihood of the continuation down is more probable here. So if we did get an SFP, this is what I'm going to be looking at. And I know this video is coming out a bit late. I'm going to be going live soon, so come over there for the live updates. But if we do get that SFP on the daily, we may be able to get a little bit of a continuation down, but we now have to get above this tap daily at 87,347. And then at that point, guys, if we're looking for lower highs and lower lows to come in overall, I'm going to pull my fib from this swing high to that swing low. And I would say in the most bullish case as of right now, if we can SFP that daily, right, close that daily candle above $85,252, then we could potentially see the continuation above the daily. And if we get that push up, the value area low golden pocket confluence here sitting at about 92K all the way up to about $93,450. This is going to be a very key level of resistance because, again, if we do get a little bit of relief here, we have to keep in mind that that 2-day money flow is looking like it wants to cross over into the red, which makes us simply look for the move up, the lackluster retracement, a lower high, and then potentially a lower low. Now, I'm going to cover the key levels to the downside if we do, whether we come up first and then come down or just nuke it from here. I want to talk about those key levels of support and what I'm expecting to come up next here. So if we do get another drop down, you're not freaking out. You have the key levels and you might know where to catch another one of those beautiful long positions. So if we do break down, guys, we came down and tapped the golden pocket. This is a macro golden pocket pulled from this major swing low at about $66,000. And if we lose that golden pocket, the only other level we have below us, which is a decent level, would be the daily naked point of control at about $80,000. And again, I hate to beat the dead horse here, but you guys know on the live streams, we've been talking about if we lose this range low, things are going to get moving to the downside very quickly because of all the liquidity and the lack of support in this zone. And really that support picks up here between $83,000 and about $80,000. So if we can't hold that golden pocket, I'd be looking down to this daily naked point of control. And then once we lose that daily naked point of control, guys, this is where I would expect a much bigger drop down on Bitcoin, down towards the $76,000 to $73,000 level. We have some lower levels down in the 72s, but I'll bring that up as price action develops. If we have to look at those levels, we will. But as of right now, I don't want to overload you guys. This zone is sitting between 76,500 and 73,750. So if we don't hold above this daily naked point of control at about 80K, I would be expecting those mid to lower 70,000s to come in. But as of right now, let's see if we could maybe get a little bit more of a bounce here, but very risky to catch these knives, guys. I am up a ton of money across all my accounts on the shorts, so I have no problem taking a couple shots at some knife catches here just to have a little fun, obviously managing the risk. I'm not going to get liquidated or wreck an account over it. If we do wind up just pumping on out of here, don't forget we did hit key support. We hit the golden pocket, the anchored VWAP, all the levels we've been looking at. So, you know, I got to take some kind of a shot here, and that trade is up almost $1,000 now, so not too shabby. If I get stopped, I will take some profit on this and move my stop loss. So if I get stopped out of that long, the Mafia is going to continue to cash in on those upper short entries. And guys, you want to take those shorts on the pumps, and you want to take the longs on the dumps. One thing I'm not doing down here is panic shorting, right? You do not want to panic short at the lows, please, for the love of God. So those are the key levels I'm looking at, guys. We're just seeing what we've been looking at starting to play out here. So hopefully the information on the live streams was able to give you guys a little bit of peace of mind on this drop down, understanding the technicals of it. And we even said if we do get that drop down, guys, don't be surprised if bearish news comes out or something like that. We know that drop is coming, so show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. And chances are we're going to be way ahead of the news. So guys, that's all the time I got for today's video. I'll see you in a few minutes on the live stream, but I wanted to get this out as quickly as possible because we got that second dump. That's all the time I got for today's market update. See you in the next one. Frankie Candles out.
Go at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide.